Let's be real for a second. Have you ever spent an entire week, literally locked in your room studying, only to get a grade back that makes you question everything? It is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. You know you put in the hours, you drank all the coffee, but the results, they just aren't there. So why is that? Why doesn't more time automatically mean a better grade? It's a question pretty much every student asks at some point. We're always told that hard work is the key, right? But what if you're working really hard on all the wrong things? Ah, yes, the classic. We have all been there. It's the night before the big final, and you decide you're going to pull off a miracle. It feels kind of heroic, doesn't it? This desperate last-ditch effort. And you might even walk into that exam feeling like you've got it all rattling around in your head. But what's really happening inside your brain, well, it's a total recipe for failure. Here's the deal. Cramming just shoves information into your short-term memory. It's kind of like trying to overstuff a tiny suitcase. You might get it all in for a second, but stuff is going to fall out, and fast. The scientific alternative is something called spaced repetition. So instead of one massive 8-hour marathon, you study in shorter chunks over a longer period. Seriously, reviewing your notes for just 20 minutes a day for a week is way more effective. This gives your brain the time it needs to build strong, durable pathways to that knowledge. It's the difference between a flimsy rope bridge and a solid steel bridge. Okay, on to mistake number 2. This one is so tricky because it feels like you're being super productive. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. This is the comfort food of studying. It's familiar, it's easy, and it gives you this warm, fuzzy feeling of, oh yeah, I remember reading that. But here's the danger. Recognizing something is not the same as being able to recall it from scratch. Your brain is just saying, hey, those words look familiar. It's not proving it can actually produce that information on its own during a test. And listen, this isn't some new study hack. The psychologist William James was talking about this all the way back in 1890. He knew that the struggle to remember, that effort from within, is what actually cements a memory. Passively rereading is just like looking at the answer key over and over again. This whole idea now has a modern name, the testing effect, or what we call retrieval practice. See, every single time you force your brain to pull a fact out of storage, you're not just checking if you know it, you are actively making that memory stronger. And get this, even getting it wrong is better than not trying at all, because it primes your brain to really learn the right answer. And this is the key takeaway. Think of your memory like a muscle. You don't build biceps by just looking at weights, right? You have to actively lift them. It's the exact same thing for your memory. So instead of rereading, close the book and try to write down everything you remember. Quiz yourself, use flashcards, whatever it takes to force that recall. This next mistake is maybe the most dangerous of all, because it's completely invisible. It's the simple, kind of terrifying fact that we are often terrible judges of what we actually know. You've probably heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's this weird quirk in our brains where the less you know about something, the more you think you know. So low performers don't just get the answers wrong, they're also incredibly confident that they got them right. Researchers call this the dual burden. So first, you're not great at a subject, and second, that very incompetence robs you of the ability to even realize how not great you are. It's like you can't see your own blind spots. I love this quote from one of the original researchers, David Dunning, because it just nails the paradox. Walking into an exam feeling confident is great, but only if that confidence is based on actual proof, not just a vague feeling. So that's the million-dollar question, right? If you can't always trust your own feelings of confidence, how do you escape that trap and get a real objective look at what you know? Well, that's exactly the problem we're obsessed with solving at InstantGrade. Our whole platform is designed to be your objective mirror. You can just upload your lecture notes, your textbook chapters, any study material you have, and our AI instantly creates quizzes and flashcards targeted to that material. It's not just about getting questions right. It's about pinpointing exactly where your blind spots are, so you can stop guessing and start knowing. You can ditch that false confidence and get real data-driven feedback on your progress at en.InstantGrade.ai. All right, let's get back to it with mistake number 4. This one feels so good in the moment, but it's a classic case of celebrating a little too early. You know this feeling. You're flipping through flashcards, you finally nail a really tough definition, and you get that little rush of success. So what do? You proudly set that card aside. Done with that one. Mastered. But here's the thing. Research shows that getting it right just once isn't nearly enough to create a lasting memory. Just like this quote says, real mastery comes from what you could call overlearning. You need to keep testing yourself on stuff you already know. Each time you successfully remember an easy card, you're cementing that information even deeper into your long-term memory, making it way more resistant to being forgotten. So don't just drop the card, put it back in the deck for later. And finally, our fifth mistake. This one is all about how you structure your study time. Most of us just default to the approach that seems the most logical, but it turns out it's surprisingly inefficient. So blocked practice is when you study one topic until you feel like you've mastered it, and then you move on to the next. Do all your algebra problems, then all your geometry problems. It feels organized, and you feel like you're making fast progress, but it leads to really shallow knowledge. The smarter strategy is interleaving, mixing it all up. Do an algebra problem, then a geometry one, then back to algebra. It feels harder and maybe a little messier because your brain has to constantly switch gears and figure out which strategy to use. But that extra effort is exactly what builds the deep, flexible understanding you really need on exam day. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground here. The 5 biggest mistakes that are probably holding you back. But pointing out problems is the easy part. Let's wrap this all up with the clear, simple blueprint for studying smarter, not just harder. Here it is, your 5 new commandments for effective learning. Number 1, ditch the cram session and space out your practice. 2, stop passively rereading and start actively recalling information. 3, don't just trust your gut. Find objective ways to test what you know. 4, don't stop just because you got it right once. Keep practicing to overlearn it. And 5, mix up your topics with interleaving to build that deep, flexible knowledge. And let's end on this powerful thought from Charles Darwin, of all people, which just perfectly captures the spirit of everything we've talked about. True learning requires a little humility. It means recognizing that our brains have these weird biases, that our feelings of mastery can fool us, and that the best strategies are often the ones that feel just a little bit harder. Because at the end of the day, that's the real payoff, isn't it? This isn't just about getting better grades. It's about getting them more efficiently, which frees up your time and your mental energy for everything else you want to do in life. By trading in that ineffective effort for a smart strategy, you're not just becoming a better student, you're buying back your most valuable resource, your time.